In previous lecture, we learned how to use functions in Excel. We have also covered some of the functions from Maths and Trigonometry category. Today, let us learn some more functions from Maths and Trigonometry category which you may use for different calculations. Int function. Int function rounds a number down to the nearest integer. It means when we specify some value, if it contains the fractional part, it will ignore the fractional part and it will return the whole number, that is the integer value of the given number. For example, 89.76. From this it returns only the integer part. Integer means the whole number, that is 89. It ignores 0.76. It returns only the integer part, that is 89. Next function we have is LCM. LCM function returns least common multiple. When we are adding fractional values, we require LCM. For this function, maximum 255 inputs or the values can be given. Let me give some values here. So if the inputs given are 12, 60 and 36, the LCM of these three values will be 180. Next function we have is log, which is used to calculate the logarithm value of a number to the base we specify. For example, we want to find the logarithm value of 35 to the base 5. So the output will be the logarithm value of 35 to the base 5. You can see here from these input values only number is given in bold. It means the arguments which are displayed in bold are the compulsory arguments. Compulsory means some or the other value we have to specify here. We cannot keep this input value blank. Whereas in case of base, it is optional. If the value is not specified, it will consider some default value. So in this case, if the base is not specified, it will consider it as 10. It returns the logarithm value of 35 to the base 10. Mod function returns the remainder when a number is divided by a divisor. So it has two inputs, number and divisor. If the inputs specified are 20 and divisor is 3. When we divide 20 by 3, the remainder which we will get is 2. That is 3 6 are 18. 20 minus 18 is 2. Next function we have is odd. Odd function rounds a positive number up and negative number down to the nearest odd integer. It has only one input. If we specify the value 7.8, so the next odd integer which is near to this 7.8 is 9. Next function we have is pi. Pi function is used to return the value of the constant pi. The pi function does not require any input or argument. So wherever pi constant value should be used in formulas or calculations, at those places we can include the function pi. Power function returns the result of a number raised to a power. It means when you want to find x raised to y, in that case we can use the power function. It has two arguments, that is number and power. For example, if you want to find 2 raised to 16, the output will be 65,536. Next function we have is product, which is used to multiply the given numbers. For this function, maximum 255 values can be specified. So if the values given for the product function are 4, 2 and 6, it finds the multiplication of these three numbers and returns 48. If we want to convert an Arabic numeric value to its Roman equivalent value, in that case Roman function can be used. It has two parameters, number and form. Number is the value which you want to convert in Roman. Form argument is optional. It is the number which specifies the type of Roman numeral you want. It varies from classic to simplified. If no value is mentioned, it will display the classic Roman value. If you want the value in more concise form, the value can be given. So when we give the form 1, the same value can be represented in a more concise form. If this number is increased, the value will be represented in more concise form. For example, if 2 is given, the same 499 will be represented as xd ix. This is how form can be used. To find the square root of a number, in Excel we have the function square root, that is sqrt. It has only one parameter or the argument. If you want to find the square root of 25, the square root of 25 is 5. Next function we have is sum, which is used to add all the values. Maximum 255 values or numbers can be specified for this sum function. So with the inputs 10, 20 and 30, it will return the addition of these three, that is 60. Next function we have is SUMIF. SUMIF is similar to sum, that is it adds the values, but the difference is that sum, it adds all the values which are specified to this function, whereas SUMIF function adds only those values which satisfy the given condition or criteria. Let me take the example of the sales data. Here we have month, branch and sales. We have specified the details about sales in the month of Jan and Feb in 3 different branches. So here, if you want to calculate the total sales done in the month of Jan, we can make use of the function SUMIF here. So let us see how to use this SUMIF function. Select the function SUMIF. It has 3 parameters: range, criteria and sum range. Range is nothing but the range of cells that you want to evaluate. That is the set of values on which you want to check the criteria or the condition. Criteria is the condition which can be in the form of number, expression or text. And sum range is a set of values which are to be added. So in this example, as we want to calculate total sales done in the month of Jan, range will be all the months, criteria will be Jan, and sum range is the sales values. So this SUMIF function is going to consider only those sales where the month is Jan. So the output is 15,500. That is 5 plus 6, 11, 11,000 plus 4,500, total 15,500. In the similar way, if you want to calculate the total sales done by the branch A, select the function SUMIF. Now in this case, range will be all the branches, criteria will be branch A, and sum range will be the total sales. So here only sales of branch A will be added, that is 5,000 plus 9,000. So SUMIF will return 14,000. This is how SUMIF function can be used to add only those values which satisfy the given criteria.